when you have dealings with scum, chances are you're pretty much scum too.
And with that, a judge ordered Bob Bashara to stand trial for the murder of his wife. The image that Bob Bashara had in Grosse Pointe Park has changed dramatically since his wife Jane Bashara was murdered in January of last year. He went from a grieving father and husband seen pleading for help solving her death to a suspect facing trial for her murder. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell has a look at the evidence prosecutors presented today to the court.
Bob Bashara may have asked his mistresses to call him master, but the judge says he wasn't master of himself, that the evidence and his actions during his preliminary exam painted the picture of a man out of control.
The court has heard from 30 witnesses, all of whom come together to give us a roadmap as to who is responsible for the demise of 56-year-old Jane Bashara. I could probably add one more to that list, because I also had the opportunity to observe Mr. Bashara.
Judge Kenneth King says he was watching Bob Bashara in court. He says he saw him pretend to cry as the medical examiner described his wife's death. Then the topic of his sex life, dungeons, and S&M came up.
It would be more like a scene that we'd go into, and it would generally be a little spanking.
And Bashara made what you could call inappropriate faces.
And it wasn't a simple licking of the lips. I mean, he was going to town.
The trial comes as Bob Bashara serves time for another crime. He already pleaded guilty to trying to hire a hitman to kill Joe Gentz. Gentz is the handyman who says Bob Bashara hired him to kill Jane Bashara, then forced him to follow through at gunpoint. This video was played in court today of Bashara in a prison yard. The man he is walking with, a cellmate. He says even while in prison for trying to hire a hitman, Bashara tried to order hits on his enemies again.
You need him out the way. That's why I need that gone or something to that extent.
The cellmate we heard from today is just one of several witnesses who say that Bob Bashara asked them to help him hire hitmen to kill his wife, Joe Gentz, and other enemies at different times. The judge did admit that some of the witnesses are not the cleanest, but he said when you hang with scum, you most likely are scum. Bob Bashara has pleaded not guilty. In Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.